Wired Axcess.
We'll do it live.
Wired Axcess.
Do it live.
Wired Axcess.
We'll do it live.
Wired Axcess.
Welcome to Wired Axcess Podcast, where I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. We're a part of the Hurrdat Sports Production. Once again, I greatly appreciate all those that like, support, share, follow everything that we do, especially those hot Thursday nights that we're out there with the Plug and Play Wired Axcess Player of the Game Chain, where we are looking at the student sections and we are looking at those athletes, not just in football, that's Thursday nights, but we're also popping out to some of the volleyball, softball, and the local sports, but we're here to support you. And also great news, I just got word that I will be DJing state softball again this year at UNO. I can't wait. Year 2. What I love about it is I also cover it while I'm there. But today we're kind of going back, I would say a little bit back in time to bring back to forward in the Omaha area. There was a team back in the day. It was called the Omaha Racers, part of the CBA. And then they disbanded. And then in 1999, the ABA came back after 20 years away from it after merging with the NBA. The ABA, American Basketball Association, came back into existence. And now there's multiple teams, and Omaha finally has a new basketball team, 402 Elite, and today we have their owner, Jamen Kinman. Jamen, I greatly appreciate, one, you reaching out, but two, just bringing basketball back to Omaha. And I say this because I'm in my 40s, and I still got some friends that are playing some of the tough competitions. They're not, one's Nick Gardner. If you're from Omaha, people know Nick Gardner, and they know Kevin Matthews, who's Roscoe, as they call him. And these are some athletes that would have loved to have this option before, but it wasn't there. Talk about, one, how you even got into owning a team, and what's going on with 402 Elite.
Of course. Well, first, I appreciate you having me, of course. How I got into owning the team. So what I did as a main job before this is I did videography. I went from high school to now I do college and pro levels. And I used to help, or I still do help. I help people get to that next level with the pros. And a lot of my overseas guys who I connect with, the scouts over there, kind of said that the ABA really doesn't have a market really in the Midwest. I mean, the closest team here is Chicago. Chicago is the closest team. So it's really, and they thought, I mean, I've built teams. I know a lot of people. So that's really the main reason why people thought it'd be a good idea for me to do this. So just knowing a lot of people, and especially in different areas, from different backgrounds, because the guys on the team are all from different. We got guys from North Omaha. We got guys from South Omaha. We even got a few guys who drive up every week for practice that drive up from Hastings.
Okay. All right. So getting some of the local athletes. First of all, like ABA, what does this league mean to Omaha, and what is it that they're providing for you that in return would make it worth you to be an owner in the league?
For sure. So, I mean, like you were saying before, ABA is a very rich franchise. I mean, you got guys like Julius Erving, Moses Malone, who played back in the 1970s. So it was really, I mean, I've always knew what the ABA was. So it's really, it was really a blessing when they gave me the opportunity, one, because I didn't think I was going to get the opportunity. I kind of just did it out of the fly, and I didn't think I was going to get accepted, but they accepted me, and kind of what their vision was with me when they first told me about it is that hopefully starting here in Omaha, we're influence other people, not only in different states, but maybe different cities too here in Nebraska, to potentially build the platform in the Midwest.
Well, and you think of the team of the Racers, I mean, they were around for a good 20 years. You look at, and of course, the ABA is considered a professional league. Around here, you got some semi-pro teams that are doing good, but you also got the professional Omaha Supernovas. How important is it for others to see what Omaha is doing, whether it's the Supernovas? We've had the owner of the Stockman. We've had, I do stuff for the Omaha Beef Championship, Nebraska Pride. Like, how important is that to show that 402 Elite could possibly have a following here in Omaha, and this is the city to have it?
Sure. So the main thing I would say about that is a lot of people really don't think that Omaha or Nebraska in general is a basketball state. But I've traveled almost everywhere, and I've seen not only guys from Omaha, but guys compete against people from Omaha, and not only stand out with their play, but also with their personalities as well. Like I've seen guys whose game is completely different out of state than they are here. So it's really a big thing for them. But the main thing I really wanted to prove was that Omaha can be a basketball state. Obviously the volleyball team is amazing. Obviously we have the best boxer in the world. So it's really just adding on to that, and especially a passion that not only I have, but I know there's a community out there in Omaha that I do thoroughly enjoy basketball and watching it. And the plan is to hopefully get that excitement to the next level. Now,
one thing with basketball is location. Where are you guys playing? How are practices going? Because obviously gym time is a source that is either abundance or overpacked. What has it been for you guys for 402 Elite to get those practices in?
Man, so we've been very blessed. I mean, ever since I came to this idea in February and officially bought the team in February, and we've had our tryouts and we've been practicing ever since end of March at the Hope Center for Kids, which is on North 20th Street. That's where we're going to be playing all of our home games. And they've been very, very, very nice to me out there about making sure I can get in. And Dewan and Angela out there really, really see the vision with me. And that's really was the main thing with trying to pick a home location with things, because I just didn't want to really go to a gym where they would kind of think the idea was like not an idea. I really wanted to have not only myself and the people around the team invested, but the people whose gym we're gonna be using at the home games. They also, I was looking for them to be invested as well, because
when you think of location, I mean, it's very important. Not only for the give back, the connection, because you want people to come in there to watch the games, feel like they're able to and wanted to watch the games. When you look at everything that you've kind of touched base on when it comes to basketball, what made you feel like this was your time and this was your moment?
So I really believe that this is my moment, just because I'm younger. I'm only 21 years old. So I believe the main reason why I thought this would be the best moment is because I think just the time in life is right now is great, because fortunately I don't have kids or a wife to come back to, so I can really spend my all my time and effort towards this. Which something like this, you need somebody that's gonna be able to sit down and really hash out the details, because this ain't no side part gig that you can just do for fun. I mean, this is months and months of preparation that's going to work out at the end. And yeah.
When you look at the schedule, what's the time that you guys play and how far will you guys travel? I looked at the league. Obviously there's an Eastern region, Central region, Midwest, they have a couple regions. How far do you go into that? Because what I thought when I looked at it is what I like about it is because there's also a team that we interviewed. Their coach was the CB Captains that play on the United States Premier League. And they do the same thing. I mean, they have to find their locations. There's so much back work that people don't understand. But how's the schedule looking, and when does it start?
For sure. So the schedule is completed. It hasn't been announced yet, but the schedule is completed. We have about 18 games, 10 away to 8 home. The farthest place we'd have to travel is, I believe, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay.
But besides that, there's 3-4 teams in our conference that's in Chicago, and then so we're in the Central White Division. So we have teams in Chicago that we have to play. We have teams in St. Louis we have to play, and it's really around that central area because there's not a lot of people. There's not obviously not a lot of teams yet in here, so we have to travel quite a distance. But yeah, but that's I think the farthest is I believe is La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Okay. And when you're probably looking for sponsors, people to invest in what you're believing. How do they reach you? What's the main form to get a hold of you? And what also are you looking for? What is things that your team might need that maybe a listener might know someone that has that?
For sure. So, well, we are really up to a lot of stuff. We are really open to a lot of things. I mean, the crowd we have around us, I kind of have it built where everybody comes from different backgrounds. I mean, you have our weight trainer, Antoine Pettigrew, who came from Bellevue University and played in the top division of France. And now he owns his own gym and he's doing his thing with the guys and really transforming them. I mean, we got guys who are a clothing guy, has a history with Creighton. His name is Donovan Mann. He has a history with them, and then just other guys we have around the team really is solidified that. So it's really the sponsors part. I don't really like to use that word. It's more partnerships.
Okay.
I like to do partnerships just because I want to make sure that everybody gains out the situation, and specifically one like this where the whole city needs to come together for this.
When you're looking across the board and you're looking at some of your players, what was the tryouts like? Was it 1 day, 2 day, 3 day? And then what did you guys find in the uniqueness of the players that you guys picked for your team?
For sure. So our tryouts were 2 days. We had 40 people show up to the first day back in March. And those guys came from, I mean, we had a few guys from Minnesota come. We had some guys from Kansas City come. And then we really, after the first hour and a half, we really cut it down to about 20. And we kind of kept those 20 around. And we've really been trying to work with those 20. Obviously, we have a lot of guys that fell out of the thing just because the schedules didn't match, or they realized that they didn't really want to take this serious as they might have thought. And it's really the main thing we really looked for, as I was saying, with the staff behind it, is really guys from everywhere. I mean, we got guys like Mohammed El Radi, who played at Nebraska. We got guys who Emmanuel Bryson and Lawrence Merritt, who just finished up at their career at Midland. We even got guys like Mansell Moses, who you will find at every single league if you go to Omaha, just because I mean, Mansell, I can rant about 40 hours about Mansell. But no, and then really our age difference. I mean, we have our age range from 20 to 35.
Okay.
We have a few 20-year-olds who I'm really excited because their potential is really through the roof. They might not be ready to play at that level yet, but this isn't no YMCA league. The plan isn't a 1-year season. So it's really, the main thing for me is about developing a core and really continuing with that core throughout the years.
When you look at what the AAU circuit has done in the Omaha area, when you talk about talent, that's one thing that we really push here with Wired Axcess, as far as interviewing the athletes, getting their stories out, seeing how the AAU circuit's working, not working, but especially the talent that is leaving Omaha, because it's one of those, do you want to be seen or do you want to be heard? I think if you get out of the area, you want to be heard.
For sure.
Not just seen. If you're here, they're like, oh, we'll go to Omaha and we'll catch you. And sometimes that's a stepping stone, right, like Frankie Fiddler, right, who's now at Michigan State.
Right.
But to be heard, you really have to go out. And when you see these athletes through the AAU circuit, getting these opportunities outside of the state, how does that show how important getting a team here in Omaha is?
It means a lot, and it's very important because, like you said, you have a lot of guys here who are amazing basketball players. But to really get to that next level, maybe I know their dreams of NBA or even overseas. I mean, you got to do more than just in Nebraska. So it's really it's very important because we have a lot of guys who their dreams are still to go overseas and do that thing. I mean, even guys who are here now who are doing their thing nationally. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are in the league or in overseas who have a lot of ties to Omaha that nobody knows about. And so I think it's very important to kind of do both. I mean, I always respect the guys who always come back and make sure everybody here is taken care of. Like even what Chucky's doing now. I mean, he always comes back and makes sure that everything is good over here before he continues doing his thing. Just a lot of guys like that really is what I think is going to help Omaha really get to that next level as far as basketball.
402 Elite, how'd you come up with the name? Obviously, I understand 402, but like there's so many names that we could go with. There's so many connections. What brought 402 Elite to the name?
So honestly, so I've been like I said, I've been building teams for a minute. I mean, any of the top men's leagues here, you'll see the 402 Elite name. I mean, you'll see the Sal, the VBA, stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot, and I really picked Elite because I want to make sure that not only the guys who are part of it, but the people who are watching too, is that these guys aren't ordinary hoopers. Like these guys are the best of the best, maybe not skill wise, but they're going to outwork the guys. So it's really Elite. But it really means is the top of the top, and not only to put that into the guys who are playing minds, but the guys who are watching too. I mean, I tell the guys every time they're in practice, it's like, just remember that you are elite. You aren't mediocre. You're not normal. Yeah. I mean, there's 1,000 guys who would want to be in your position right now, but you are elite. That's the only reason why you are here right now.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously just believing in these guys to keep going. What's the connection with people possibly playing for your team in your league and making those connections outside? Is that your guys' goal? Is that where you're trying to push? Hey, we're a stepping stone. What is the motto of 402 Elite when it comes to that?
For sure. So the main goal is to help the guys get to that next level. I mean, I have connections all over the place. I mean, I've sent guys from Omaha to go start their pro career out in the Philippines, out in South America, stuff like that. So it's really the main thing is to make sure that there is still hope, even with age. I mean, I've heard from quite a few scouts that age is really not a factor until you're 40 plus, just because most times out of not, they're gonna want to take an experienced guy over a 20-year-old that thinks he's hot stuff. So,
I got you.
Yeah, so it's really the main thing why I started what I was doing was because to help people. And especially back when I was doing my videography stuff and helping guys from high school get to college and doing what I do now. I mean, this is really the best stone I can use to succeed in my journey to try and put Omaha on the map.
When you talk about the filming and stuff like that you used to do, how'd you get into that? And how important is that for, I mean, I say it all the time. I went to a Class B school. Their school was chosen, but the AD honestly goes, how'd you get to this game? I'm like, people voted on it. He goes, oh, I thought you'd be at this Class A game. I'm not going to name games.
Right.
I go, oh, there's a lot of people covering that game.
Right.
Your game is just as worthy as that game. How important is that coming from that background, and what was your background in all that aspect?
So really, I started videography back when I was like 14, 15. I used to play basketball, and during the high school season, I was really I wasn't healthy enough to play. So I still used to have friends on the team. So they would tell me to come in the games and record with your phone. So that's really how that got started. And then really, it really just sparked the interest because I obviously couldn't play a lot. So still being very involved with the game really made it seem that was the next best thing than being a player by itself. And then I used to, I don't know if I can say this on here, but I used to, back in high school, I used to take it very seriously. So I used to skip class a lot to go to these games, and
ain't no one coming for you for skipping class, my guy. But anyways, to go to the games, I mean, that stuff's important. I mean,
right.
You knew where you wanted to be.
Right.
You knew what you wanted for that history, but go ahead. So you skip class to go to some games.
For sure. And then my AD over there actually got, at my high school, I went to a Class B school too, and my AD over there really got wind of it. And I wasn't really doing so hot in school, so they really, he kind of forced my hand into the yearbook staff, kind of so I can get credit to to keep filming stuff.
What you're doing.
For sure. And then that really kind of sparked the interest because he was a main guy that really pushed me to do more and not really take a step back to focus on school. He kind of wanted me to succeed while doing school also, which really meant a lot.
I think just giving the attention sometimes is all that a young mind is trying to do, right?
For sure.
Like, and of course, if things aren't going right, for someone to step in and go, okay, I noticed what you're doing. He could have been two ways. I noticed what you're doing. You can't do what you're doing. Just stop.
Right.
Or you can go, hey, let's turn it into a positive. You get a part of the yearbook. What does it mean? I mean, even a yearbook, I think sometimes those things are discredited for the amount of work you guys put in. People are like, oh, it's just pictures, but it's moments in time that every single one of them will look back and go, you remember that one? You remember that? Like, and I only say it because as a DJ, I do it all the time, man. I love open format DJing because I'm going to play a song that you just go, man, I haven't heard that in a minute. And then you jam out to it and it's an emotional play. Like I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, how do you know how to sports DJ? You're playing with emotions. Pictures are the same way. Videos are the same way. Hence, when we do highlight videos for kids, sometimes when I show up, there's certain kids that have seen me do what I do, and they go, "You're recording, right? You getting highlight videos?" Yep, I got it. And it's like, it means more to them, not because you're a big name or you're something, and you're bigger than the moment that they're really looking at.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, just to go off what you're saying, I mean, memories, I think, are the most important thing when it comes to those, just because I mean, I tell even now to the guys in the men's leagues who hit me up for videos, I mean, not that all of us could really agree upon it, but basketball is going to stop eventually. And when you're 60, 70 years old, you can show your kids like, man, I used to be a bucket. And I mean, no other best way to show that than film itself, especially now. I mean, I make highlight films still for head coaches now in high school. So it's really everybody loves the film, and I really try to make sure that people know that it's not only about the glitz and glamour. It's more about getting seen and still keeping those videos 20 years, 30 years from now.
I like what you said. It's not always about the glitz and glamour, and it's about being seen, because growth matters more to coaches than the flashy everything else. And I say that because when I go to some of these camps, some of these kids might not like what I record. It might not be like the score they wanted, but if it beat that last score that they last recorded or whatever, they don't understand how important it is to coaches. And when you're talking to these recruiters and you're talking to, what do you think is the most important thing that you're getting from them? So if someone watching this can go, okay, that's what they're looking for. Because sometimes a father could say what they're looking for. Right. I was a coach, and I tried telling my son all till I was blue in the face exactly what his coaches were looking at and what they were going to do. I knew to the T, but it doesn't matter when it comes from dad. What is that word mean from when they hear it from coaches and recruiters?
So really the main thing I got from coaches and recruiters really is when it comes to film, it's great. But the first thing they made sure that I knew and I learned very, very young while doing it is that obviously the glitz and glamour is cool, but first having the cussing music around it. I mean, I know a lot of recruiters who told me that they hear one cuss word, they swipe off because it's not trying to be a cool show. It's trying to see how you could expand your game to the next level, especially with the overseas guys. I mean, they're really looking for guys who can do the dirty work that nobody else wants to do. Go get that extra rebound, take the charge, especially being leaders on the court. There's a lot of people who are amazing basketball players, but mentally, that's what really screws them up, is not being able to make the correct play or not being able to make that extra pass. It's really, and there's not a lot of people that can see that besides the recruiters and besides the people who really study the game. I mean, it's really, that's the main thing that I think people should learn for sure.
Especially nowadays. I mean, defense isn't a strong compassion, but when someone's a strong defender and recruiters see it, they acknowledge it and they pull it, because shooting can be adjusted.
For sure.
The want to play defense cannot be developed overnight. Right. You either want to play or you want to ride the pine.
For sure.
How important is it for these kids to not only show every aspect, even if it is defense, but also know that no matter what division you play, professional or college, it's about getting to play over sitting a bench on Division I. For what? You're wasting your time. You only have, like you said, a window. And obviously, like you said, you have until 40 with leagues like yours, the ABA, but the time is short.
Of course. No, especially with the transition from high school to college. I mean, I've met a few kids who are like, man, the D2 reached out to me, but it's like, no, like they almost like were embarrassed by it. And it was like, it really shocked me, and it really made me not want to work with them anymore, because, I mean, I've been to tournaments, I've been to games where there's NAIA and D2 players who run circles around the D1 players, which some people might think is crazy, but I mean, even now, I mean, a team I follow very often is the Bellevue team, and there's a lot of gyms that come through Bellevue, especially with the way they recruit, which is kind of a lot of the same reasons why I do. I mean, they go to the West Coast, they look at the JUCOs, they look at all that. I mean, it's really
they continue to let it be a stepping stone, and they know that they are a 4-year college, but their goal is not to keep an athlete all 4 years. Their goal is to get what they need and give them what they need, and kind of like a back and forth. And I think that's why they've been able to recruit and stay on the up and up over and over and over. I mean, Omaha just recently won the Summit League, or was a part of the Summit League championship. You know, they just lost to South Dakota State. But that's a team that's up and coming. But then you look across the board and locally, it's just like football. They want to play, they're doing good, and they're actually showing with results. And I think that's so important for these kids to understand that if you want to play, you're going to find where your place is and not just expect it. But you also have other stories out there where, you know, like a Luke War went to Oregon and sat for a long time and is now at Grand Canyon and just tearing it up. How does that also change the narrative when you're explaining to these athletes just to really look at other people's experiences and use it as a in my pocket? I got it, you know?
For sure. I mean, even with filmmaking and not only telling these guys, I mean, the story tells a lot. I mean, we got guys now on the team who didn't play college basketball. I mean, we even got guys who didn't go to high school at all. So it's really it's the way that you portray yourself and the way that you act. I mean, just to go off what you said again, I mean, Luke is a very good friend of mine. I mean, and he told me the struggles that, man, like, I don't know if a lot of people remember, he had 40 plus Division I offers coming out of high school. It was.
Say that one more time.
He had 40 plus.
40 plus. Yeah, he went to my kid's school, so I knew Luke pretty good. And you can have 40 plus, but it doesn't mean that you're getting what you need out of it.
Right. I mean, it's the same. It's the same thing. I mean, you have Donovan Williams who went to North Star. He went to a very stacked Oklahoma State team with the Cade Cunningham and all that. And now he's when he transferred, he really stepped up going to Pacific, and now he's at Eastern Michigan. So it's not always about the hype at all. I mean, you see that now. I mean, Chucky, Wisconsin's not the best basketball school that he had offers from, but he went to where he fits best.
And he got to play as a freshman. I mean, he could have sat, but he got to play. You're seeing those success stories, and it's weird because almost all of them have a transfer in them.
Right.
Will Kyle, UCLA. I mean, you're going to the Mecca, UCLA. You got St. John or St. Thomas, who went to Loyola, didn't get what he wanted there. Went to UNC or Colorado, right?
Northern Colorado,
UNC, and then now is moving again to USC.
Yeah, and
it's like all crazy. It was just moments in his time,
right?
But at no time could I tell you that he didn't enjoy Loyola by his posts, by his comments outside.
Right.
Inside, I didn't know him like that, and that's okay.
Right.
But how important are these kids to be taught the social media aspect?
Right.
And is there places out there where they can see, besides the examples of other players that are showing them, one post can make or break your career beyond high school?
For sure. And it's the main thing. I'm not sure if they those guys are taught that in college or what, but I mean, like you said, there's a few guys who, man, you transfer and you're like, why he transferred? Because it's like you
thought it was all good. You're like, at no time did I know that it was a disgruntled or that it wasn't working.
Right. And maybe sometimes it's not. I mean, you got guys who, I mean, even with NIL being a big thing, I mean, it's the reality now that some schools do have more money than other schools. And we're either guys can admit it or not, that plays a huge factor in trying to go to a school, is that NIL stuff. And it's really, that's a huge thing for sure.
When you talk to NIL, obviously that's one thing people are probably asking for the ABA.
Yeah.
What's the financial part of it? What do players need to know when they want to join a league? And then what do they need to have taken care of prior?
For sure. So the main thing with the ABA is that, and I tell the guys all the time, you're not going to get paid if you don't earn it. The guys who show up to practices every week, the guys who show up to weights every week, we weight lift 2-3 times a week. Guys who show up to there will get paid before the star player who thinks they're too cool for everything. So it's really the main thing is work ethic. It ties everything in, especially with pay coming in.
Now, for the Omaha Stockmen, we just interviewed one of their players and their digital marketer. He talked about kind of like an NIL system of how they can get paid more money. Is that like if they bring sponsors, do they kind of sell themselves? Is it something you sell for them? You obviously do videos, you do film. People eat that up. I mean, I do it for the Omaha Beef for a lot of their sponsors, where I will find some way somehow to connect a play or a series of plays to your brand as a restaurant, a business. How's that for you guys?
So we, the main thing is that you do have to sell yourselves, just because nobody's going to do it for you at that next level. You got to go out and do it on your own. So we really don't want to put the narrative that we're going to go do it for you, because the only place that really does that, in my opinion, and maybe I'm not fact checked enough, is the NBA. But other than that, I mean, even overseas, you still have to go to them kids clinics. You still have to go
run the camp.
Yeah, you still got to do all that. So it's really, it's to sell themselves. I mean, I tell the guys, I mean, man, if you could sell T-shirts with your name on the back, I mean, this kind of the stuff we sell. We even have a thing coming up soon that you could buy the players' jerseys. So it's really how hard they push is the more they're going to get paid, which is really going to show what type of people is going to be around it.
Medical. Do they have to make sure they have their own medical insurance? Are they covered? How does that go?
So medical, we have, so our weight trainer, Antoine, he has a staff behind him, which includes a team doctor or sports doctor, stuff like that. So if you're a great player and you are still dealing with some injuries, I encourage you to still reach out and still, so we can have the team look at you. Because, I mean, we have younger guys who are coming back from torn ACLs and stuff like that, who really, after high school, they really didn't think hooping was a thing anymore. So they really just left their injury alone, and now they're paying for it.
They're having a recoup.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's really, again, it's really the same thing where you're gonna have to. It's gonna show if you put in the effort for it, recovery, playing, all that.
Now we'll go ahead and get you out of here on this. Talk about how people can find you guys. When does the season officially start? You don't have to tell who you play because, like you said, the schedule's not released, and that's okay. And then just any way that you guys are looking for support.
For sure. So, well, our season starts October 19th. That's our first game. Our first game in general. Our first home game is October 26th. All of our games are Saturday nights at the Hope Center. The main thing that we are looking for is business partnerships, because as much as I'd like to, I can't do it on my own. So if you're interested in being a partner, please reach out. You can DM the 402 Elite ABA on every platform, or you can email me at 402eliteaba@gmail.com. So,
all right. Well, once again, look for professional basketball coming to Omaha. Omaha has done so many great things with so many athletes, whether it's Supernovas, the Stockman, the Beef, the Nebraska Pride, and now we're looking for a basketball team to start taking to the next level for us here in Omaha. Once again, Wired Access Podcast, DJ K-Dub Omaha, part of the Hurrdat Sports Production. We'll see you next time.